real peoples, real places, real answers. And brought to you by Get Involved in Your Community. And getting involved in your community, that means something great. All of us should play a part in our community. You know, and so what we are doing, get involved in your community. We are working on some things now. We're working on young men, we're working on young ladies, we're working on parents, we're working with seniors, we're working with little everybody, because we are a community. And we got to start reaching back to get our community. And a lot of parents, a lot of kids, they don't have fathers, and a lot of kids don't even have mothers. And now they with their grandmother. And it's time for us to step up to the plate. We can talk, but now it's time for some doing. And doing the right thing. And number one, we got to start with the parents and the kids. And parents, we know you love your kids, but maybe you're not able to help them. But I'm going to share another thing. But we got plenty of help. If we can't help you, we're going to be able to let you call someone that can help you. We're in this thing together, because just look at our graduation rate and what it is. And then I'm not talking about what, I'm talking about the community. And why? Not going to school, not going to school on time, going to school, not learning, not paying attention. You know, and see, it's certain things you have to instill in your kid. And can't nobody really instill that in your kid but you. And I used to, quite a few years ago, and I had an opportunity because I used to fly a lot down south and back up here in New York and everything. But you know, I used to sit and look at kids and things at the airport. And I see parents, I see a few parents, and what they do is they have their kid, and their kid be, because you know the kid, they stop and they get on the walk. And the kid gets so far from them, that kid, he'll stop, but he'll keep going sometime. But see, you got to train those kids. See, you think everything have been trained. Just like an animal. You can train an animal. You know you can train a kid. But do we take time? We got to get our mind off ourselves sometime and help our kids. When you bring a child into this world, you bring a life into this world. It's just like if you plant a seed and the seed come up, if you don't cultivate it and do what you're supposed to do, will it produce fruit? Same thing as a kid. If you don't cultivate him and do what they're supposed to do, they won't finish school, and then they be out looking for a job. Then they be people trying to get them to do something for nothing and everything else. And you see what I'm trying to say? See, regardless to in life, I don't care what it is. If it around you, something's gonna rub off. And you got to be very careful about just dealing with people, because some people just think, when you talk to them, they're always negative. They always talk about killing. They always talk about this. Well, look, I really don't want to hear it. But it's true. But get something else on your mind. Get a job on your mind. You know, watching TV is okay, but you're not watching TV when you should be out there getting training on a job. It is a job watching TV. Think about it. You can stay home all day. You be tired and a person go to work sometime. Sometimes when the person go to work, when they come home, they feel better than you feel, because what? You ain't did nothing and they been working all day. Work ain't never killed nobody. And the only way you're going to make it, you have to be independent. I'm going to tell you about myself. I don't let nobody do something for me. I can do it for myself. I don't like that. I never liked it. And I never will. I don't want nobody to give me nothing when I can get it myself. You see, you got to take on responsorship of yourself. When I used to go on jobs, I ain't never been fired off a job. Every job I've been on, they begged me to stay. Why? Because when I got on the job, this guy might was the best worker. When I got there, I was the best. Why? Because I know if I do a good job, the rest of them will get laid off. I will be there. I know if I go to work every day and do things more than I'm supposed to do, when time to lay off, I know I'll be there. You understand what I'm saying? But you go on a job, and they're going to have a layoff in a couple months, and they're going to say, well, we got to lay off 20 people out of 40. Who you think they're going to lay off? Is they going to lay off the one come to work every day? They going to lay off the one do the most work? Or they going to lay off the one not doing nothing? Who would you lay off? Who would you lay off? Then sometimes kids ask me a question at school. They say, Mr. Butt said, I'm looking for me a job. I said, you looking for a job, man? I said, sometimes looking for a job, it's not easy, and everything. Yeah, I need a job. I said, well, you need a job. I said, now tell me something. If you tell me this right here, I make him put some words, but tell me, would you hire yourself? Yeah, hire myself. I said, tell me why you hire yourself. And they start. And they talk about a minute and 2 minutes, and they put their foot in their mouth. You know the reason? Because they're not true. I'm going to go and put my name out there and tell people that I know, because people may come out and say, well, you know somebody want to do a little work, let me know, and everything like this. Then you think I'm going, and here you will, don't come to school. When you come to school, you destroy the classroom. Then you know everything, and can't nobody tell you nothing, and you want to be grown. Now you think I'm going to recommend you on a job? Would you recommend me if I was doing all that? That's what I'm talking about. See, when people see you, and a lot of times they say, I don't want nobody to judge me. Yeah, what a person do, most times they judge you by what you do. If you act like a fool, they going to think you a fool. It ain't no need to say nothing else. They going to think you a fool. See, a lot of times when people look at people a certain way, you give them the reason to look at you that way. Just hollering about nothing. Mad. He don't tell me nothing. Disrespecting people. Don't you know everything you do wrong gonna come back to you? Listen to me now. Listen to that. Everything you do wrong gonna come back to you. Everything you do right gonna come back too. You understand what I'm trying to say? See, you got to pick your battles. And one thing I learned in my life, I tell you about my life. I used to treat myself like a dog. I'm telling you, I treated myself, man, I've been the biggest dog it ever been. But I finally found out I have to love myself. If I can't love myself, I don't even love nobody. But now, and this love just keep getting deeper in me, so now I done started loving everybody. Then sometime, and something go wrong, I go say, go to say something about someone. I can't say that. You see what I'm saying? Why not speak good on a person? See, life is you have what you say. You understand that? Can't nobody give you nothing until you take it. They can offer it to you. Say, here it is. No, until you take it. You understand what I'm saying? And so, when you meet people, just think about this. When you meet people and you know a person, when you know that person and you and him are used to talk and laugh and this, like, when you see that person, you'll be glad to see him. Meet someone you done treated wrong, are you glad to see them? You see? And you know something? I learned how to handle that. And when I see them, if I treat them wrong a long time ago, I said, man, you remember the time I treated you wrong? You see what I'm saying? Because it be in me, I was to go on sad. It'll a lot of people I didn't treat right. I'm definitely honest. But when I see them people again, I say, hey, brother, hey, man, let me tell you something, man. I thought about that thing. I mean, what reason I didn't apologize to them because I wasn't around them. I never seen them. A lot of people I haven't seen in 15 or 20 years, you know. Certain things went down and everything. And then, like the same thing, I got the wrong idea about it. But after I, search myself and see sometimes, don't think everybody out to get you. Do you know the main person out to get you? Just think. Just thinking on that. Do you know who out to really get you? Can't nobody get you but yourself. You see what I mean? Yourself. You can go home feeling good and go to thinking about something, you'll be in the ditch. Man, can't even sleep. Up all night. I used to stay up all night, man. All night long. But one thing, I was blessed about staying up all night and doing that. See, anything in life, if you mean good, it'll bless you. And people, I used to tell people I couldn't sleep. Well, the reason I couldn't sleep a lot of time, I couldn't sleep. But I be thinking about the job I was doing at work. Even when I was at Kodak, I was at Kodak a lot of nights in the bed. A lot of things didn't go right that day. When I walked there the next morning, I had that thing ready. Now, I didn't think about hurting nobody and stuff like that, but what I'm saying, I've taken all that negative, and then it turned to be positive. I didn't get to be a can't just working through the day now. I've taken a lot of things home with me. I'm mostly taking everything home with me. I'll tell you the reason I'm taking everything home. Because when I came to Rochester, I couldn't read. So the guys I worked with, they could read. They could do most everything. But what I had to do a lot of studying to try to keep up with them. And a lot of time, I walk in the morning, they say, hey, Will, what's that, man? Let's work on that job. I said, oh, man, I got the answer. It's what? I said, I'm going to go right there and put it right together. Go right there in 15 minutes, put the thing together and take it 2 days before. You see what I'm trying to say? See, sometimes the enemy think they're using you, but they're blessing you. See how life feels. When you living right and doing the right thing and trying to do the right thing, can't nobody hurt you but yourself. And you is your worst enemy. Remember now, this is real peoples, real places, real answers. And brought to you by Get Involved in Your Community. This is our community. We can't let our kids do anything they want to do. When you let your kids do anything they want to do, that's not love. Stop telling yourself that's love. That's not love. When your child don't listen to you, that's not love. It's your job. It's your job. You should talk to them at the table, talk to them in the bed, talk to them anytime you get there. You talk to them so much when they see you, they know what you're going to say. Don't your kids sometimes when you get ready to talk to them, Mama, I know what you're going to say. Dad, I know what you're going to say. That's training. That's training. And then you teach them kids how to train themselves. If you go through one situation and this situation come up and then you went through it and you went the wrong way that time, and you're going to go back the same road? Or you going to get on a different road? You understand what I'm trying to say? Everything is so simple, but we make things so hard. We get to watching TV and get mad sometimes watching TV. Now, come on. See what I'm trying to say? A lot of time, we spend our time. Let's say we spend 90% of our time on something we shouldn't be doing. Thinking about it. So and so. I never forget this once. It's I'm about this right here been, oh man, this been 60-some years ago. And I was home in Georgia. Before I left Georgia, I may have about 8, 9, or something like that. And my sister and them, and they was talking. And you know how when people older than you, when they talking, you drop, you want to hear what they said. So they was talking. And they were talking about the people on the TV, and I thought they were talking about the real people. I thought sure they were talking. Man, you know, they did this, he did this, she did this, and she did this. I'm talking about, man, they had a conversation there, you know. I'm talking about four or five women. And man, that taught me something. Now I thought they were talking about someone. They were talking about what's on the TV. You know? And you know, and when I was young, and I came up, and I guess you could say I was a mama boy. My mother. And you see, my sister and brother, even my daddy, man, they swear I was crazy. They swear I was crazy. But one thing about my mother, she never did say I was crazy. And my mother know I wasn't crazy. Because what really happened, my mother taught me. And she taught me. And I'm talking, she taught me well. My mother was something else. She was a good lady, and my mother was tricky too. I'm not going to tell you that. That's my mother. I ain't going to tell no lie about her. Shoot, my mother knows how to do stuff. She know how to get money. She know how to do different things. And do you know another thing? And she begged me. So, Will, please don't be like me. See, I got a lot of things I shouldn't be doing. So please don't be like me. She begged me that. And now every time when I do something my mother used to do, man, I think about that thing. I still, now it's been years ago. I thought years ago, but it still comes, it's still fresh, just like it just happened. She still speaks to me. You see, if I wouldn't have listened, I'd have been messed up. I've been in accidents. I've been in cars. My eyes been closed 3 times. And I thought, sure, I wasn't going to wake up, but I woke up every time. That's the reason I know you ain't going to leave here till the Lord writes your note. When your time up, you gone. But I know you ain't leaving here until he do that. And I tell you, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I've seen a lot of things. Did a lot of things. Been in traps and everything else, but walked out of them. But the only thing helped me was the grace of God. I used to drink liquor, act like a fool, do cuss, everything else. And sometimes now I look at other people, and the first thing jump, when I look at them, and the word comes and says, look at yourself, Will. Look what you did. Look at how you own them. Was anybody on you when you did all that crazy stuff you do? But you forget about that. See, sometimes we forget about what we done did. We always judging someone else. But I learned something in life. If you're going to judge someone, the first one to judge is yourself. And I guarantee you, if you look at everything you do, I'm going to tell you something. You'll learn something. I know you may not want to hear what I'm saying, but if you hear what I'm saying and do it, you'll be blessed. See, that's the key. Because sometimes we don't let the Lord in because we block him ourselves. If you can't fish, how you going to teach someone else to fish? You understand what I'm trying to say? What I'm trying to say, love don't start out there. Love starts within yourself. Anytime, listen to me very carefully. Very careful about what I'm finna say now. If you see somebody hate themselves and treat themselves like a dog, you're going to love them, you're going to be with them. Listen to what I just said now. A person can't love you until they love themselves. If you don't love yourself, please don't try to love me. I'm serious about that. Because you know the reason I say that? Love don't start out there. Love starts within you. And then once you use it, it'll multiply. Anything you use and it's good, it'll multiply. Even if you do wrong, it'll still multiply for you to do wrong. That's just life. I don't care how you look at it, what you do to it, that is life. Life will give you what you give it. If you put nothing in, you'll get nothing out. It's the same thing. Yeah, I retired. I've been retired, working, everything else. I ain't never suffered. And I'm going to tell you, I ain't never been broke. Never been broke. Listen to me. Never been broke. Even when I was a boy, I never was broke. You see what I'm trying to say? I made up my mind I will never be broke. Begging people. Do you want somebody to beg you? Why you want to beg people? When you got the arm and got the health and strength, you can get what you want yourself and go out and work and like other people and do the right thing, go back to school, stop watching TV all day and all night, stories and everything. The story of you. I'm just giving you love. Learn how to love yourself. If you don't know how to love yourself, get some help. There's plenty of people to help you. But number one, it starts with you. When you do wrong, admit it. Admit it. If you're on the wrong road, if you don't admit you're on the right road, you keep going, you ain't gonna never get there. That's just that simple in life. When you treat someone else wrong, everything gonna come right back to you. Sit down and talk about what I should do, what I should have, and everything, and ain't making no process to get up. Or go down and do some volunteer work. You can volunteer work, but I don't want to do that. Even the social service give you volunteer work you want to. You go out there and you volunteer work, sometimes they give you a job. You saying do nothing, ain't nobody gonna give nothing to someone and give nothing. What you give to a person ain't doing nothing with you. And you hear what they're saying now? A lot of this work, this social and all this stuff, they gonna take away a lot of that money. What I'm trying to do, you better wake up. Heard that somebody gonna be too late. He getting late now. It's time now to start doing something. You ain't never did nothing. It's time for you to start doing something. Ain't nothing but love. But real people are real places, real answers. See, whatever you do, let it be real. Yes, you make mistakes. You gonna make mistakes. It's the same thing. Yes, your mind gonna try to run. Your mind gonna tell you do one thing. It's gonna tell you do the other thing. What you gonna do? Make up your mind. Just cause you going through that, you had a tough time. Teach your kids they don't have to have a tough time like me. That's the reason you're going to school and you're going to learn and you're going to listen to the teacher when you get in that classroom. Now, I don't want to hear nothing. You go to school today, they got the cell phone. They came there, they got the call, they got to do this. And not even going to school. I'm telling you. Wake up. We done slept too long. Please wake up. If maybe you don't want to help yourself, but just start saying, now I'm going to help my kids. Just same thing. I know you don't want to go out there and work for nothing. I understand that. But anything but nothing, you understand that? When a person don't, he live by the what? The sweat of your eyebrows. If you don't do nothing, even God don't like that now. And stop lying to yourself. Face the truth. If you're doing something wrong, admit it, you can fix it. But if you don't admit you're doing something wrong, you'll never can fix anything. And stop trying to fix everybody else's business. Start with yours. You can't fix your own business. How can you fix my business? You know more than I know. And hey, you trying to tell me what to do, what are you doing? And that's what life is all about. Life is what you put in, you get out. Put nothing in, you get nothing out. That's anything. Anything good, you're going to put some in. You're not going to just walk it. You may walk and take it this time, but no, don't go back. Somebody else going to already take it. That real people, real place, real answers. See, brother, I love you. See, the truth will make you free. And when you start to face the truth and stop living on the lies and telling yourself lies and going to believe in them and trying to hang with everybody because everybody don't want to go. You better than that. Start loving yourself. If you started loving yourself, I guarantee everything you will change. You may still have a lot of things coming up, but they can't bother you. Man say you see you must be born again. That means change your way of life. That's what it means. Don't still do the same thing I did yesterday. Just right here. No. Life is not about that. Life is what you make it, not someone else. Somebody else can't make your life. You got to make your own life. When you make your bed, you the one has to sleep in it. Can't nobody else sleep in it but you. I love my bed now. Before, I'd be out the bed and in the bed. But love. I know I ain't got no business here. I'm here to talk. Just like I said. After you ever start me talking, I talk. But real peoples, real places, real answers. It's brought to you by getting involved in your community. Remember now, you as a community. Dude, I know you can, somebody you can say something. Stop being so negative. You got something negative said to people. Don't even say it at all. No, you said that old man just talk. Yeah, I'm talking. I'm going to continue to talk. You ain't heard nothing yet. And we just thank you for just tuning in. And we got some programs coming up. I'm going to tell you something. We're going to do this. My wife and myself, Gwen and I. And we thank God for being with us and pushing us on. But you know something? You got to push yourself. I'm going to tell you something. If you ain't got it, get the Word of God in you. Get the Word of God in you. You'll start seeing a lot of things. And you better than that. You know you better than what you're doing. Why? You don't have to stoop to nobody. The only one you have is Him. And learn to love yourself. What that mean? Practice. Practice. You keep saying it enough. After a while, you may not believe, but you sure think it. Because in the Word it says, so is a man thinks, so is he. That's when you got to watch the way you're thinking. You get up in the morning thinking negative. You lay down thinking negative. Whatever you expect, can't nothing come but what you send out. You get what you send out. Words have power. And stop using them words gonna cuss you. We don't have to wait for someone to cuss. You cuss yourself with what you said and what you thinking. And thank you for your lives in your home. And have a blessed day, night. And He bless you. God bless you.